Me and my girlfriend Eliza decided to switch things up and take a short one-day road trip from Las Vegas. We went to St. George, and we went on a ton of different hikes throughout the area. We hiked the famous Red Reef Trail right outside of St. George, and then we went on a hike on one of the narrowest canyons in the world, and we even got to see some of the unique museums in St. George. Our trip started in Las Vegas, where we live, and we took the 2-hour drive from Las Vegas to St. George. This trip is totally something you can do if you come visit the Las Vegas Strip and rent a rental car. Me and Eliza are in the middle of saving up for an RV to travel around the country, so we're trying to do a few smaller trips around Vegas to save some money but still be able to travel and explore the world. We started our day off at the Dinosaur Discovery Museum, and it was a great little museum, especially for only $10 a person. They had real dinosaur tracks and a whole bunch of dinosaur skeletons, and my favorite dinosaur was the Dilophosaurus. It was pretty good. It was $10 a person. And it was probably about 30 minutes, an hour. They would like point at a rock and it would just have lines on it and they'd be like, dinosaur.
I don't know if it was made up. It's just really hard for like the common person to like understand what they're talking about.
Because it looks like a crack in a rock. It doesn't look like a dinosaur. It's supposed to be an alfalfa farm. And then the guy was digging it up and he found all these bones or whatever. And so then they built this here. Jack in a box. Looks nice at least. We haven't done anything, but
We're gonna go get a push pop because we're on hike number 1 and the ice cream man showed up. Just kidding. I'm lactose intolerant. If I get stuck, I'm gonna be so bad. Rock climbing guy's gonna have to come get me out.
they called it the Narrows.
I didn't think it was this narrow.
So if you couldn't tell from the footage, we were very surprised on just how narrow this was. Yes, it's called the Narrows, but you know, we've been to some other Narrows like the Narrows in Zion, and this was nothing like that. It was so much more narrow, and it starts off very wide and it gets more narrow as you go throughout the canyon.
How long is that? How long does it go like that for?
I don't know. Go. The narrowest point is around 8 inches wide, and you have to walk sideways, and we ended up having to take off our backpacks because we couldn't fit, and we were walking sideways without our backpacks, and we could barely fit. There's quite a few places where we almost got stuck, and it's pretty scary. I'm not someone who's claustrophobic, but as you can see by this footage, we were struggling.
I'm not a fan.
That was pretty bad.
That was really, really bad.
It got real tight. I didn't realize it was that small. We had to take our backpacks off.
Don't recommend if you're claustrophobic. Because I literally almost started like having like a panic attack.
The width of my backpack was about as wide as it.
Oh my god. I literally like couldn't breathe. Like when it got really tight, like I started freaking out.
They call it the Narrows.
We made it to the top. I don't know how. I didn't get stuck. Here's him coming out of the hole. Please don't fall back in.
That's narrow.
That was really bad. Like really bad. If you have like claustrophobia or big boobs, don't do it. This is narrow.
Yeah, I don't even get scared of tight spaces, but that scared me.
Yeah.
So if you're even remotely scared of tight places. The rocks look like a lot like Valley of Fire, State Park in Nevada.
I did it! No, I didn't. I just did this one.
She left her mark. She added one rock to the top, and hopefully someone will leave her rock. They'll continue. So if you're in St. George, leave the legacy. Even though we live in Vegas, it's very different. The desert, it's very different over here. I was telling Eliza, I'm deeply afraid of snakes. And this looks like where a snake would live. So I keep looking for snakes. and I'm scared. After barely surviving the Narrows, we decided to head to the Red Reef Trail, which is one of the most popular trails in and around St. George. It was about a 30-minute drive from the Narrows, mostly on the Interstate 15, but it was a pretty scenic drive once we got there, and it did require a national park pass, or you had to pay a daily.
There's a ranger right there.
There's a ranger, and she's looking at us, and she doesn't care, so it is confirmed that you can park. We made it to the dinosaur track, and I can confirm, I don't really know if they're dinosaur tracks. There's some indents. But how do you know? Me and Eliza have lived in and around Vegas almost our entire lives, and it's always shocking how different Las Vegas is compared to southern Utah, and the landscapes are completely different. It's very clear though, surprisingly, because the mud is all orange. The landscape on this trail was shockingly similar to Zion, except without the crowds. It looked very similar. Honestly, in some areas we almost thought we were in Zion. This is only about 40 minutes away from Zion, so maybe this is a little life hack if you want to avoid the crowds to go here instead of Zion during a busy summer. It always amazes me when you're walking through this desert climate and then you just see this river of water. It's always just shocking to see all this water in a place where you wouldn't expect it. 1.9 miles in total. We didn't finish the last little part. It was kind of this waterfall area. We came in March, so there's a lot of water coming because of snow melt. But maybe if you go in the summer, it may not be there, or winter. I don't know. I don't know how water works really. It was 2 miles total, about an hour, mostly flat, a little bit of elevation gain, 164 feet in total in 2 miles. So not too bad. Up here too, honestly, I would skip that.
Well, we didn't see what the actual campsite looks like.
No, that was the campsite.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
It
was like on concrete. Like they were on concrete.
On the, like next to the road. He's looking up an alfalfa.
Flowering plant.
Oh wow, that is a good picture.
You can't even see it on camera.
Content.
I can record.
How does this work?
Is it working? Check 1, 2. Top 10 content footage. Here we go.
It's the first vlog.
Hello.
Did you ever answer my question?